Hold on. You can't tell me you looking at this right now and not laughing, bro. That's funny. At least the memes about other people were meant to be, rude, disrespectful. This is just funny. But it's sick? Why is it sick now?
Bro, it's literally a damn trend on TikTok right now. They call it kirkification, bro, where people are pulling up old memes and they use
Okay.
a Charlie Kirk AI filter and replace the faces with Charlie Kirk's face.
There's a lot of stuff you can say about this. All right, I came across this. I watched it. I was like, bro, I don't know how to feel about it. And then I started to rewatch it again. I'm like, hold up, bro. There's got to be something wrong here. All right. So first, let me back up. All right. I'm a person that actually really, I used to like Night Talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to watch a lot of stuff. And then eventually I started to not really vibe with some of the way that he was handling some things, especially when it came to black folk. And this is weird. The reason why I'm gonna say this is weird, listen, first and foremost, if you don't even want to acknowledge the fact that people meme about people dying all the time, that's fine. But don't focus on it when it's somebody that you only like. Because they was doing this shit with who? Martin Luther King? I remember seeing memes on TikTok about man stealing, saying crazy stuff about watermelon and chicken. I don't see you talking about that, all right? So my question is this. Why is it important to you now that it's Charlie Kirk? No, listen. I'm going to be 100% with y'all, okay? I have friends that are on the right, people that I know and love that are on the right, but Charlie Kirk was no hero to me, all right? I didn't really know much about him. I knew that he did this stereotypical, let's debate in public type thing. And I'd only seen clips and I didn't really like it. I didn't really enjoy it. His comments about black people seemed a little off. Then, his passing happened and it was this weird transition where people were saying, oh, because he was killed, he's a national hero. And then all of the stuff of all of the conversations that he used to have started to come out. Some of the craziest things about black pilots and things like that. Talking about blacks are prowling. There's a lot of stuff. I don't want to get into all of that, right? So I started to see opinions about some of the things he would say. And that's the best I can say. Some of the comments were at best. Ultimately, this is weird to me that this is such a problem for Stevie right now. Right? Regardless of how you feel about Black Lives Matter and all the previous people who've been killed, if it becomes a problem now because Charlie Kirk is white and everybody else who had been recently killed and they had the same thing happen was black, and this is important to you, then I got to question whether or not you support the black community at all. And it's just my personal thought. It's a question. I'm not too sure. I'm not in his mind. But this is a little weird that this is what your response is society is sick. What happened to all the other people?
What's the point? Bro. This is so twisted, bro. Go on stage. This is so twisted, bro. This is sick. This is a Black Mirror episode. I keep saying it over and over and over again, bro. We're in the Matrix, dog, where you have.
Hold on. You can't tell me you looking at this right now and not laughing, bro. That's funny. At least the memes about other people were meant to be, rude, disrespectful. This is just funny. But it's sick? Why is it sick now? Explain to me why this is sick now, but all the ones that are meant to be rude and disrespectful, you don't care about. The reason I can say this is because I've watched a lot of Stevie Knight stuff. I've watched his videos. I've seen the times where he's just been dogging on black people over and over and over again about culture, about how they treating people. But then it's somebody from a different race, primarily who's white, gets some type of similar treatment, and society is just completely sick. They don't know how to let a dead man die in peace. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I need an explanation. Not that he owes me one, but why is this so important that you had to make a video about it and not any other person? Wasn't there, what was it? Didn't this happen to other people? Didn't this happen to other people who were killed?
Kids out here dehumanizing people to this extent, bro. Bro got assassinated. Bro got took out. Bro got killed the worst of ways in front of the whole world to see. It can be replayed over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Even though it seems like it's crickets right now as far as society goes, because ain't too many people talking about Kirk no more. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm nobody important and significant. But even I know that important stuff that happens on the internet today is gone tomorrow. Nobody's talking about Kirk anymore because it's not relevant anymore. Look at all the stuff that's going on with Trump. Epstein's back again with all the emails. Trump possibly blowing Bubba. Like, people are more concerned about living and the stuff that's going on in the government than they are about Charlie Kirk's death. How long? A month ago? How long ago now? So, yeah, nobody's talking about it no more. Yeah, he got murdered. Okay. He was also polarizing. You got to admit that this man said some egregious shit against the black community. He used skewed statistics. He said a lot of things about people. So no, nobody's going to be talking about it like that. It's not like this man was such a crazy political activist that it changed the entire culture of a specific race, like Martin Luther King, or had such an impact like Malcolm X, okay? He was someone who did debates, who probably was on his way to become president, or try to be. He said things about the black community and other communities, and that was pretty much who he was. So a lot of people don't see him as important, don't see him as a treasure, don't see him as someone so significant that they have to think about a month later, oh man, this person's dead. You know what the truth is? A lot of people have family members that die and a month later they don't think about them no more. So who's going to be thinking about Kirk? I'm just saying that there's no way someone who has made a lot of money online, right? Who has a YouTube channel, has Twitter, all these things. You can't tell me you haven't seen subjects like this come and go in an instant. In an instant. So to make this point that nobody's talking about it no more and people are making memes about it, makes society sick. It's just, that's just how it is. It's weird that you think it's weird. Like, we all know, anybody who's consistently been on the internet knows this. People are going to do the craziest and weirdest things to get clicks and views. You know this.
People are distracted by what's going on, bro, and we come up with Kirkify to continue the distractions, bro. Like, to troll a man in his death is insane, bro. Like, what the this is right there with the people out here celebrating his death, dog. Like, what is the point? You trolling the man after his death, 2 months after the motherfucker, bro?
I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like for someone I don't know, I don't want to sit here and just rag on the man, right? But this feels like one of those things of just like, I wanted to make a video about Kirk again for whatever reason and make it this long about something so insignificant. Because truthfully speaking, yes, people are going to troll people who die. People are going to be disrespectful to other people who die. They do it all the time. There are people who go to other people's funerals just to see them in the casket and laugh. Feel some kind of justice inside knowing that they're dead. Yes, people do shit like that. So to make this video in such a way of like, oh man, this is so sick that people are memeing somebody's death. How many celebrities are getting memed all the time that are dead? He's not the only one. My brain is trying to grasp why is this such a big deal for Kirk, but not for anybody else. Because, listen, as anybody who's been on Twitter and X, you see one thing, you've seen a million things, okay? Okay? It's... Here's what I'll say, right? Do I think it's okay to meme somebody in their death? No. Are people going to do it? Absolutely. Do I think it's okay to make fun of somebody who's dead? No. Are people going to do it? 100%. Is it okay that people have opinions of a dead man that aren't favorable to him? Absolutely. Is it okay to voice those opinions? In the right circumstances, most of the time, generally speaking, probably. Probably okay. Regardless, you do not take a stance on this side of the fence about this thing if you're not going to acknowledge the fact that there's other people who've had the same thing happen, okay? We don't need to get into the Trayvon Martins, right? We don't need to get into that because we all seen it. We seen what happened. We see what happens to black people in this country sometimes. And people meme the hell out of it. But you as a person have to go, okay, if kirkification isn't okay, then all these other different scenarios and all these different people, including the Martin Luther King stuff that's come out and all these other things, is also not okay. Otherwise, it's hypocritical. And it seems like you're picking a specific side that you want to side with just to make a video for, just so you can stay, you know, I don't know, maybe relevant in that side. That could be just me. Either which way, I don't want to watch any more of this again. I want to just say something because it was just, to me, it felt weird. To me, it felt like kind of like a throw-up video. Let me throw something up there, tell people about this, and like, I don't know. If y'all like the content, do me a favor, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.